Hello again. Welcome back to another session, guys. So this is what we built in the last session, this whole tab, and now we'll work on the search delegate. When user clicks on this, it should open another view where user can search the actual thing. But to do that, I think I'll need a real search API, I believe. I'm not sure, but let's see what we can do. We'll create a UI only, not a functionality, because functionality will be done later. The focus is that we complete the UI by today or by tomorrow, and then the easy part or the hard part, whatever you want to call it. The UI is hard part for some people, and for some people the other part is hard. Nothing is hard, really, trust me. Just really need to put in work, some effort and some patience, and we'll go through it. You'll build it. Okay, let's see how many people are there in the live right now. Hello everybody, say hi if you're watching. Okay, let me open my resources. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's get started. We need a few more things before okay, I think we can do the search delegate, just the UI part. Okay, let me create. Yo, hi, welcome again. So what should we allow the user to search, like just podcasts, specific episodes, or both? I think both. Or we can just allow the episodes, because searching for the podcast and the episodes can work together as well, but then we'll need to make a query to get both. Yeah, since we're using Firebase, Firestore, we'll need to use Algolia for search. Okay, for now let's just do it. So let's go for this text and the search. Yeah, so this is where we need to implement that search delegate and all that stuff. So let's get started. We do need that kind of thing. Wait, show search. And then we'll need the delegate. So let's create that. So let's create a new class. Let's call it custom search delegate. And then we'll need to extend it with a search delegate, just like mentioned in the documentation. Search delegate, missing concrete implementation. So now what we'll do is we'll implement all the 4 overrides. Now we'll need to work on these. Let me explain if you don't know what this is. Build actions, build leading, build results, and build suggestions. These are 4 methods, and 3 of them returns a widget. So these are the UI related methods, and this is also UI related method, but it returns the list of widgets, so multiple widgets. So let's see, let's try to implement each one after another. Now build actions is the action you see in the app bar. If you're a Flutter developer, you know what are the actions in the app bar. So it's the same thing. You just need to return the actions of the search delegate. So let's just return a list, and we can also use the arrow function because we only need to return a list, and in the list we'll just return an icon. Okay, we can return feather icons and clear or close, cross, I don't know. Let's go and search the feather icon API. Let me open the browser. feathericons.com. Let's search for close. Okay, it's X. It's so simple. Let's search for the X. Feather icons X. Save it. Now user should be able to click on this. So what we'll do is we'll make it icon button instead of just an icon. We'll write what will happen on press later. Just set this up, and when user press that button, we'll need to clear the query that user types in the search bar, so we can access that actually directly with this. Query equals to, that's it, just keep it empty, make it empty. So when user types X, whatever the thing user types in the search bar will be cleared up. That's what this does. Now we'll need one more thing. Yeah, search field label. We'll need that too, but let's see. Yeah, so now let's import the delegate up here. Custom search delegate, and that's it. Now when I click this unimplemented error, okay, we need to implement these, or else this is gonna throw some errors. So yeah, let's implement them one after another. Now what is a build leading? If you know what is the leading in app bar, then you know what is build leading. Yeah, we need to build a leading widget, which is basically a back icon. Let's open the browser and check the feather icons library again. I should keep it open, I think. Should not close it again and again. Let me keep it open, Yeah. Back or arrow, and we'll just pick some nice looking back arrow. Arrow left. Looks good. Okay, we'll do the same. We'll use the arrow function because I'm just gonna return single icon button. We'll decide what will happen later when user tabs. Let's just focus on this. Other icons, arrow left, and this is also done. Now build results and build suggestions. So what are these? Well, let me open this thing up here. Yeah. So build suggestions are more like a suggestions. When you type, like, they will show the suggestions. What we can do is we can show like search history, whatever they've already searched before. We can just show that in a build suggestions method. We can return that, and in the build results it will show the search results. So this is what the use of search delegate is. Many people don't use these kind of things. They just really create the widget, the list view, text field, just type it, put the query to the database, get the results, and just update the list view. There's a lot of thing going on, man. You need to manage the state and all that kind of stuff. So this is very easy, really easy to, you know, manage everything in a clean and proper way. If you're a beginner, this is really helpful for you, this thing what we're doing. So we don't need suggestions, at least not now. We'll use it in future, or maybe we can just create suggestions, hard-coded ones for now, then we'll have more. So let's add a title and let's search for something. Flutter podcast. Suppose someone is searching for Flutter podcast, this is what is going to see. Now we can also add that kind of, you know, arrow icon that you see in a YouTube or any other Google apps, I believe. So we can add an icon and the leading feather icons. Now let's go back to this, and yeah, maybe this icon or this icon, arrow up right, arrow up right. This is what suggestions will look like. Now instead of list style, what we can actually do is, let's keep it like this for now. We'll see how it looks like. If we need to change it, we'll change it. Now here we'll return list view dot builder. This is also going to be a hard-coded one for now, guys, because we're not actually searching anything in the database yet. Not yet. Once we'll implement the functionality, it will be functional. Hello Evans, how are you? New people in here. Evans, yes. What's up? What are you working on today? Okay, so there are a few conditions that we should take care of. Now we don't actually, you know, have anything like, if query is empty, just show nothing, or maybe we can just show something really cool stuff, you know, like for example, we'll also work on this later. Just for now, I'm just adding temporary text. Search for podcast, some kind of suggestion what to search, or maybe like a funny text, you know, search something cool. So when there is no text, that's what user will see. We'll customize these things once we'll be able to see that in here, because we need to complete this build results method. Okay, so now I think we should just take a look at our notes that we created in the morning. Yeah, let me open that up really quickly and let's keep it up here. So this is what we thought of creating. Now we can use the list view pattern because that is useful for showing you know, episodes and podcasts both in that format. We cannot show episodes in this format, I believe. That's what I think. Actually, you know, we can, but let's just stick with the list view for now. Okay, I think that's it. Let's implement that. And in the list view also we need like a search result card or item. I don't know. Yeah, item. Let's call it item. Let's create this widget inside the widgets. Search result item. Perfect. Okay, so see, this is how the suggestions will look like. Now we have the preview. Let me show you. Okay, so there's nothing happening when you use the clicks back button, so we need to implement that as well. Now to do that, we need to use the delegate built-in function, which is close, and results will be null. You cannot use the navigator here. So when you do that, it's gone. When you click that, the delegate is here for you. Now you can type anything and click clear. It's gonna clear it up. This is your search history. This is how the search history is gonna look like. Now I think we need to show something like this when there's nothing on the screen. Let's see why it's not there. Yeah, let's see. I type something. If I clear things up. Okay, so I think there's one issue with this, because we can only show either suggestions or results. So if it's showing suggestions, then we cannot show the results. That's how it works. So let me show this thing up here to just see if it works or not. Okay, so it's something cool. It's gone. And if you type something, then the search history comes up again. Okay. I think we should just leave this, just keep it like this only, and instead of one tile we need a list view here as well. Yep, list view builder. Okay, list view separated builder. And for now let's just say five such results. It's a hard-coded data, guys, just for testing the UI. Okay, this was the separator builder and not the item builder, but we can actually create this sized box. Okay, yeah, correct. height, let's just say 7 sp. Okay, that's too much. 2 sp. Or we can even use divider actually, and we can reduce the height to 0. Then it will look like this, but I don't really like the divider, and since we're using list style, we don't even need the separator because it has a padding built into itself. Yeah, we need to add some padding in that. List view, vertically 16 sp and horizontally 24 sp. We can we change the color of the tile to just see how much space the tile is occupying in the screen? Yeah. Now let's reduce it to 1, so we can focus on 1 first, and then we'll see how it looks with more items. Okay. We don't need the padding inside the leading of the list tile, so minimum leading width is 0 and content padding, edge insets 0. Yeah, that's it. Now I can remove this, and now it looks better than before. Colors gray. Same will do for the search results. Okay, so search results are now looking good, or just better than what it was, but still we need to fix one more issue, which is a gap between these. Let's add on tap query equals to whatever the text is. For now I'm just gonna hard code the text because that's what it is. So when user clicks that, it will be here in the search bar. You know, like when you click on your previous search history, it will just open up that thing in the search bar, like the pasting stuff, whatever you're gonna call it anyway. Okay, so that's it. I think it's done. Let's reduce the horizontal padding from 16 . So we are done with the search delegate. The rest of the stuff will be done once we have the functional search functionality. What should I say? Yeah, working search functionality. Once it's done, we can work on search result item, but we can still work on that if we want to, because if I Wait, I'm not sure. I'm gonna restart the app first so I can. Now we'll need a future builder, because let's use a stream builder and rename it to future builder, and instead of stream we'll have a future, and we will definitely need some kind of future. So let's just go to the service. Let me just call it timer service. I don't know, maybe it's a temporary service, guys. Just okay. We need to Google search this thing on how to wait in Dart sleep. Yeah, how do we do that? Okay, this is how we do that. Let's add the async second, wait for 2 or 3 seconds, and then return the search results. That's all we're going to return for now. So it will just wait for this and then just return the string. So we'll call that service in this future builder, and we are okay. Instead of string we'll need a list of the strings, because that's what it is, right? The search results, multiple strings. Yeah. That's it. Now we can also show the state while it's loading, like, or if it has any kind of errors. So to do that, what we'll do is we'll create condition for error. I'm just going to copy and paste some code like that. If snapshot has error, then just show the text with oops, something went wrong in the center of the screen. That's it. Now for the waiting screen, what we can actually do is we can just say if snapshot dot connection state equals to connection state waiting. It means it's waiting for response from the server or from the request. In our case, it's going to wait for 3 seconds and then we'll return the list of the strings. Yeah, so till that, what we'll show user is going to be Patino activity indicator. Yeah, that's what we're going to show them. And in the center of the screen. Yep. And if it's loaded, then what we can actually do is we can just say final. Okay, we don't need to do anything. We can just simply show the cards. Yeah, just to test the code, I'm just gonna show result as a text. Let's restart the app and let's see if this thing works. Looks like my simulator is stuck. The app, we need to restart the app. Okay, let's test this. Flutter podcast, enter, loading for 3 seconds, and then these are the results. So this is how search is going to work. Search delegate is ready. You can click any of these and hit enter, or the search from your soft keyboard. Like for example, let me toggle it. You can press the search here and it will start searching, and then it will show all the results that you have. I need to check how many items we have. Okay, we have not defined that, so I'm just going to define item count to 5 and we'll only have 5 results. Yeah, we have 5 results. So now we can design that item as well, that how the search results will look like, and then rest we can leave it when we'll come back while implementing functionality. Search something. Okay, we need to check this. Not sure where I'm returning this. Okay, should not return this inside the list view builder, but should return this inside this. So if there is no text in here, for example, if user clears this up and press enter, then it will show search something cool. But if user clicks there, the search history is back. You can click here, click enter again, and we'll have the result. So it's pretty cool, you know, a robust search delegate doing its own job. Okay, so now let's do our own job of designing the results. We might need to do a little cleanup, but let me check. This is where the results will look. And okay, so we need to design this search something cool widget, and we also need to do few things. Let's see. Yeah, we need to design this widget as well in its own. And instead of creating a widget, we can also create a widget function. instead of widget class. Search history item. Let's create an arrow function. And let's pass string text, and whatever the text is will be shown up here as well as here. So we can call search history item, and it will load all, you know, the previous search results from the database. Like for example, Flutter podcast. So if I click this and if I click this, it's still loading, but we clean it up a little bit. So if you click here, it's there. Now let's make it even better. Let's just say hello, thank you so much for subscribing. We have a new subscriber. Okay, so now what I was doing, let me complete that thing first. We need to take a look at the search delegate for more functions. I believe there is a function which we can directly call to hit the search results, you know. This is the query that we are accessing, and we need to submit that text. So how do we do that? Query dot, okay, query is just a string, so I don't think we can do anything with that. Okay, let's just keep it as it is for now. We'll go and take a look at the documentation when we come back to implement the functionality, so that when user clicks on any of the previous search results, then it should just search it for, you know, such as for the user, instead of just pasting the text in here. And then I click this, it should just show the search results directly, instead of me going there and hitting enter again, or like a submit or search button from the soft keyboard. Now let's work on this. Let me go to some mock data and copy the image URLs, and we're gonna be using those images. Okay, so we have images with font. Let's set the size will be 100, width and 60 or 70, yeah, 70 sp and 100 sp. Now let's reduce that waiting time from 3 seconds to 1 second, so that we don't have to wait for 3 seconds every time whenever we make any update in the code. Now let's add border radius in the image. Circular, let's say 12 radius. Okay, that looks good. We can make it 14, and we can add some padding actually. Symmetric, horizontally. We can, okay, we don't really need to give a padding in here. We can add that padding in the list view itself, and the divider or the separator. So we don't need to do anything up here. Yeah, so let's go back to the delegate. Let's add a padding. Symmetric, horizontal should be 24 sp, vertical should be 16 sp, and let's save it. As well as let's make it separated instead of just builder. Let's say separator builder, sized box, height 10 sp, and there we have the gap between each item. Now let's add text. Let's add a column up here. Let's add the text. Let's fix some alignment issues and some spacing issues. Okay, let's say this is a title, this is a subtitle. Let's decrease the font size, let's change the color, let's change the weight of the title. So this is how it's gonna look like. Now of course the title and subtitles are not gonna be that short, so let's pick something from the mock data. For example, this episode, what is Flutter, right? Or even longer than that, and then we can have like a name of the podcast, Flutter podcast, the name of the podcast, what do you call it, the episode title, yeah, the episode title, and the podcast name. We can also have the play button here, but instead of that we'll just keep it like that. So when user clicks on this, it will be taken back to our main screen and the player will pop up, and then user can play that. So I think that's it for this screen. If I search something and press enter, maybe we can increase and decrease some spacing from this side. Let's do that. As well as let's change the image to something completely different. Okay. Let's make this 16 as well, and let's increase. Yeah, that's how the search results will look like. We can also add descriptions if we want of the episode, but yeah, we have space, so let's add. But the title will be longer for some episodes, so I think we should not add it. We'll add it once we have a functional app ready. Now let's work on this search something cool thing. Let's find some good illustration from the internet, or maybe we don't even need illustration, we can just use a search icon and some good text. So this was the search result item, and now let's work on this. For this as well, we will just create a function for the widget instead of class. We can just return this function to show that. Now let's design that. Okay guys, so that's it. We are done with the search delegate. Let's commit the code. Let's push the changes to the GitHub, and that's it. Now let's restart the app. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so let's move on to the downloads tab and the profile tab. We need to complete these two as well today, so we can maybe start working on the functionality, functionality, functional stuff, whatever you want to call it. Profile and download. Let's do this. Let me take a quick break for water. Let's drink water, guys. You also drink water. I'm also gonna drink water. Be right back. Hello again, welcome back. Let's continue. Okay, now let's continue working with the download tab. Since we're done with this and this, now this is just gonna open the top categories and recommended. Okay, let's do this. Hello, Alfred. Okay, let's go to download screen and let's open the notes that we took in the morning. So downloads should look like this: image, and the rest things the same. Rest of the things, yeah, you can play it, you can delete it. So let's quickly do this quickly. We don't need any sections for this because there is only one section in this, so we'll just do everything in Appear itself. Let me adjust my microphone so I can see my keyboard. Yeah, column. Let's add a section header with the text. Downloads, and now we'll need to wrap that thing in a safe area. Plus we'll need single child scroll view, but instead what I'm thinking is we can actually just use the list view here, so we don't really need to scroll through the whole page. Instead we can just scroll in the list view of all the downloaded items. For now, let's just say we have one item in the downloads, and for separation we'll use a sized box with a height of 15 sp. And for item builder, what we'll do is we will now gonna create this thing. So I think we just need to reuse some code, maybe from the trending episodes. Yeah, let's just reuse this code. Just we need to copy this and need to modify it into another widget, and then we'll use that up here. We need to add some more padding as well, so let's do that. Let me wrap this with container. Let's add a padding. Instead of that, let's just copy a pattern from the other screen. So we have the downloads, same goes for the profile, featured explorer. This is our home tab. So at the end of this stream, I'm gonna share the build with you again, just like we did in the morning. So you can test the app, the UI part, and if you feel that something is not working, you can even give me the feedback in the comments or in the next session in the live chat. Perfect. If you want to install the previous build, it's still there in the description of the previous stream. You can go there and download that, but I will share the new one with you guys. Hello, hi. Hello Ravindra Singh, how are you? What are you doing today? Okay, so let's add the code from the other widget, which was trending episodes. Trending. Okay, this is the episode item, so we need to copy a few things from this. Let's just copy this widget. Let's create a new one. I'm also fine, thank you. I asked you, what are you doing? Actually, this is not an open source project. We are working for one of our clients, so this is going to be the app which will publish it on the App Store and Play Store. But I can share the builds every time at the end, so you can test it. So this is going to be a production quality project, not just a quick fun project that I did last year on the YouTube. You can check that out as well if you want. It's on this channel. Download item. Download item, and just need to copy this one. If you want to know how I implemented specific feature, you can just always go to any of the stream and look into the code, that how I implemented specific thing, you know. Even you can ask me the questions personally on Twitter if you want. Just go there, send me a DM, or just post a tweet and tag me there. I'll reply you there if you have any questions related to the app development, if you're learning or anything like that. Happy to help. Yeah. Okay, I didn't have this in here, that in here. What we can actually do is we can just reuse that code. Episode item, return episode item, yeah, that's it. And what we'll do next is something which is not there in that widget. We'll add the dismissible key is required, so we'll just add the key, unique key, yeah, and then we'll just go to the downloads. Okay, before we go there, we need to also return that thing instead of container from here. Import episode item. Okay, so instead of this, what we can actually do is we can just do episodes length final episode model. Okay, instead of that we can just say episodes index and just pass that episode up here, remove the constant, and that should work. Okay, we don't have anything yet. Let's see the console if there is any error. Yeah, we do have the error. Now let's do one thing, wrap this with an expanded widget, and there we have it. Now let's add the padding in the list view, only top 16 SP, and we have it. And when you swipe, you can actually dismiss this thing. So that's how the delete from the downloads is gonna work. You can actually just swipe it and it's gone from your download. It's deleted, you know. So we can just add a confirmation dialog to this before we delete anything. Now for the dialogues, I'm gonna use my own package, and also we have update coming soon for the dialogues package. Okay, so dialog package is installed. Let's just say on, or we can just say confirm dismiss, and that is a function. We need to call that function. Okay, no return. Yes, so we can just return true for now. And add async, so when we swipe it's deleted. Now to confirm it, we need to show the dialog. So what we'll do is we'll show the dialog. It's that simple. Let me open the documentation of dismissible widget to understand the syntax. What should I need to add? You know, we should never memorize the syntax, but if you are working with a few widgets regularly, then it will be just in your memory by default. You just don't really have to memorize it. It will be there. sometimes I need to work with some kind of widgets which I don't usually use a lot, so I need to just have to take a look at the syntax every time when I use them. Drivers tab, divider, so we need to go and find something from there. Okay. Okay, so we can actually call confirm dialog. Don't see anything. Dot show animated row, and that's all we need to create the dialog box using the package that we created. Confirm text should be like yes. Cancel text should be like no, I don't want to delete, you know. And when user taps on confirm, we just return true. Or at least that's what we can actually do. Navigator.pop. Yeah, we need to do this instead because we need to pop the dialog box as well. And we are also going to do the same thing. Dialog type will be warning, of course. Are you sure? Let's add title. Remove, yeah, remove or delete, what should I call it? Remove from downloads, delete. Are you sure? Do you want to remove this episode from downloads? Yeah, so if I do this, it's gonna pop up and just gonna ask me, are you sure? Do you really want to remove this episode from downloads? If I press no, okay, I haven't coded anything for that, so we'll do that now. If I press yes, I think it's already gone because we have the return true. Instead, we need to do this, return, and we'll have to do the same thing for the cancel, but instead of true, we'll just return false. Let's restart and let's go to downloads. Let's do this. It's gonna ask. If I do no, then it should come back, but it's not, it's stuck. So there is some kind of issue. If I do this, if I do yes, it's still stuck. Okay, so we have some kind of issue. Let's fix that. Okay, let me take a look at the documentation, what's wrong, and then we'll fix that. Okay. Oops. What we can actually do is we can set a wait and we can say dot then it's gonna return delete, and yeah, that's it. Just return that variable, and return this. So I think this should work. Yes, so it's gone. No, so it's come. Yeah, it's working. Perfect. Look how cool it is, you know, like when you just swipe, the animated dialogue just comes in, and you don't even have to create this dialogue because we created it for you. You just need to install the package in your Flutter project to just use it with a few lines of code. Like you can see, it's just like a 10 line of code, 10, not even 10. These are the custom code, but yeah, you can just get really cool animated dialogue box for a project. You can even customize these dialogues, and we're gonna update this dialogue package for you guys, so we'll have more options to customize the dialogues. Anyways, so downloads is done basically. I don't really think there's anything left. Delete, no, delete, yes, it's gone. Now we need to show no downloads if we don't have any downloads. So let's set that screen up. Let's restart. Now let's commit the changes first. Can we show recommended when no downloads? We can show the recommended downloads just like YouTube has in their mobile app. Like you can download these, you know. Oops. Okay, so to do that, what we can actually do is we can create a mock data, you know. Downloads the dart. Let's copy this, let's paste it, and let's put some more episodes in the downloads, and let me call it downloads. Now let's get back to the screen. Let's say downloads, and use downloads. We don't need that. Now that we have more episodes in the downloads, we need to change the image. Wait, let me change that because it all looks same. 900, 1000, 950, oops, 900. Save this, restart the app, and now we have 2 new images. Now you can swipe this up, click yes, it's gone. Swipe this up, click yes, it's gone. Now you might notice that there is more spacing left whenever we swipe it. So it is because we actually didn't delete anything from that list view, just dismissing it with the dismissible widget. So when we'll make it functional, that will be fixed automatically. Don't have to worry about it right now. So what we'll do is we'll actually delete that from this list, but we'll need to clone this somehow. Yeah, what can we do? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go to the delete item. When user press confirm, we'll need to delete that. Here. No, not here. Here, on dismissed. We have delete that item in here. Once it's confirmed, we can delete. So we'll go to downloads dot remove at, we'll have the index. Maybe we can get the index from the list view, you know. This is a temporary solution. This is not how it's gonna work anyways when it will be functional, but just to see. Just to see if this works. If I do this, yes, it's gone. See, gap is still there. We are also not changing anything much in the UI actually. Anyways, that will be fixed once we have now to show whether the downloads are deleted. Like, I mean, you have no downloads, we'll need to remove all the downloads. Let's just go to the downloads. Let's create a new empty list. And I'm just gonna say no downloads. Save it. So downloads will look like this. Let's go to the design, and instead of downloads we'll use no downloads, so you don't have anything. Now we'll have a condition in here. that if you don't have, if no downloads the length, or if is empty, sorry, is not empty, then and only then show that. And if it is empty, then we need to show something else, like this container. Now we need to create that what do you call it, that widget? Yeah, we need to create that widget. We can also show the recommendation from here, like we can just literally show this in the downloads if you want to show it. Okay, I have an idea. What we can do is, when we don't have anything, we can just show one widget. Let's create that widget first. Let's just say icon, feather icons, and let's just go to the feather icons to explore everything. We need to show something that can relate to no downloads. Maybe there's cloud off. Let's look for some more icons. If we find something better, we can use that. Maybe we can use folder icon. Yeah, let's just use we got new subscriber. Hello, welcome. Now let's set the width to be size of the screen, and height can be 150 sp, and then we can align it into the center. So let's change the font size as well to 18 sp. Yeah, this looks better than folder in my opinion, but yeah. Now let's just use 250, no downloads, or maybe 200, and then we'll show the recommendation below that so that user knows that there are no downloads but he can download it. Now we'll need to move these things into their own sections, so I'm gonna create downloads or download folder, and we'll just have no download section.dar. We'll have a stateless widget, no download section, and we'll have that code here. And now let's just use the recommendation from the Explorer, you know, recommendation section. So that is how it looks like. No downloads, and then you'll see this. But if you have a downloads, well, I need to find and replace it with the downloads, and voila, save it, and now you have it. So that's how it's gonna look like. So when you have downloads, that's what it's gonna look like. But when you don't have any downloads, this is what it's gonna look like. I think it's good. We are done, you know. Now let me commit the changes. Okay, we are done with this section. Let's stop the app. Let's run it again one more time with the latest up-to-date code. And until then, let's take a look at the notes for the profile, the last one and only profile tab. Hello, hi, APL 2021. Hello. Okay, so now let's work on Profile. App is running. Let's go to the profile. Let's open the profile screen code. Let's wrap everything up. Now let's remove the constant. Let's save this. Let's add section header. Let's add a profile text. We have the profile, but it's there. We need to add it again in the safe area. Now let's add a single child scroll here with the padding. Now you know what? These patterns are repeating in all the screens. So why not create a widget with all this, using these all three widgets? Let's do that. Let's just say screen screen wrapper. You are at 30. Man, it's still a really good age. I'm 21. You can still start from what do you like to do, like web development. You like to build a website, web apps, mobile apps, games, just find that out. Now you might ask me, like, how do I do that? Well, try everything. Go to the YouTube, search for how to create a website for beginners, watch one tutorial or two tutorials, just follow them, create a landing page or something like that, and then decide that did you like that process. If not, move on to the mobile app development. Try that out. Go to the YouTube, find a basic tutorial, create a basic app. If you like it, then just keep doing that. If you don't like it, then try game development. Go search on the YouTube, repeat that process until you find what you like to do in this industry. I've tried everything. I've tried game development, I have tried web and mobile app development. I even tried desktop app development, and I still do the desktop and mobile app and web app. I don't do game development because I don't like that process. I mean, it's good, but it's too much for me. Like, from everything, how to do it your own. You can just go to the Google or YouTube and just find a tutorial. Do it on yourself. Do it on your own PC. Try it yourself if you like it, and keep doing that. Find more paid courses on Udemy or free courses on YouTube. Take the full free course from really good YouTubers. You know them. Code with Harry. If you're Indian, that's good boy. He really teaches programming in a very good manner for beginners. I really like his tutorials, but they are really big and long. As a developer, I don't like his long tutorials, but for beginners it's good. Of course, there are chances. So now let's add single child scroll view. That's a nice thing. I haven't read that book, but I will definitely check that out. What kind of app do you want to develop? Android app, iOS app, desktop app? In the desktop app, we have like a Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. For which operating system? You need to decide that, and then decide the language which you want to use, which can be used to develop those apps, and then problem solving and logical thinking. These are the few things that you really need to be good at in any kind of, you know, any kind of field in the IT industry. Even if you want to create games, just you have to be, a problem solver and good at logical thinking, problem solving, critical thinking. And you need to teach yourself to like self-learning, just like Ali suggested. You need to teach yourself if you want to learn programming. Yes, that's really good thing. And I've seen a lot of people, they're like, I am React developer, I am Flutter developer. Don't be a specific framework or language specific developer. Be a software developer or software engineer, with the core and basic skills. You can work with any language. Just open the documentation, learn it, and voila, you can work with that now. And yeah, I am aware about that pricing changes of Unity and Unreal Engine, and the attention that Godot is getting these days. It's crazy. But now they change the pricing again. That was crazy. Yeah, my brother does the game development, so I know these stuff. Both used to do it together, but I stopped it because I didn't like the process, because it's so long. You have to write a code, you have to create art, you have to do music, sound effects, so it's too much for me. I like to do mobile apps and web. And game development takes like a lot of time. Even if you want to create a really good game, it can take up to a year or 6 months. Whereas for the app, it's not that long. If you want to develop Android app, just learn Java, Kotlin, any one of them. And the XML, how do we work with XML? It's just like the HTML. And yeah, I think that's for the native Android. For the iOS, you might need to learn is Objective-C or Swift, I believe. And if you want to use a hybrid technologies to build apps, then you can use Flutter. That is what I'm using right now, building iOS and Android apps using Flutter. Or you can use React Native, but honestly, in my opinion, React Native is slower than Flutter. Trust me. And there's a lot of work to do with the React Native. You have to write a CSS, you have to write everything in JS. Instead, I prefer Dart over JS. But yeah, it's your own personal preferences and your requirement of the project. You have to choose the framework based on that. That's cool. You can share your games with me on a Twitter. Just find my Twitter account and send me a DM, or just tweet about it. I'll retweet it if you have any games. This is my Twitter username that I just dropped in the chat section. Yeah, that's true. I have tried to create a games, but I never completed any of the game. A few years ago, like 4 years ago, I believe, I used Unity, but I never completed any of the game that I started. So it was frustrating and demotivating for me, honestly. So I just left that thing. You would really need to plan everything, that's correct, because or else you'll never be able to complete any game. Okay, so let's complete this app today before we end our live session in 30 minutes. Let's do this. Screen wrapper, we have children. Let's pull this out, and yeah, let's just use the screen wrapper everywhere we need it. We'll need it in the profile screen. So what we'll do is we'll just copy the children's. We'll remove everything up from here, and we'll just say screen wrapper, and we're gonna paste this up. Oh, that's good. Okay, so let's go to the home screen and we need to add these things as well. And the wrapper, where is the wrapper? Yeah, perfect. Let's go to the home. Let's copy these childs, object children's, and remove everything from here and just say screen wrapper. Paste that. We have even really less code and clean code, you know. Let's go to the Explorer. Yeah, I used to be an artist back in the days in school. I used to draw art, like canvas paintings and drawings when I was not into the programming, and that was one of the reasons why I started game development. I know you were talking about game design, not just the look and feel, but the design in other way, like how the game mechanics will work, how the other stuff, you know. Okay, screen wrapper, let's have that. I got you, man. Okay, Explorer, downloads. We don't have anything to use it in the downloads, but we can definitely use this. Profile screen. Yeah, let's work on this now. So this is what we decided in the morning session today. We'll have a profile picture or the initials, whatever we get from the Google sign in or Apple sign in. We'll have their name and their email address. We'll have a dark theme switch, which state management is really, you know, question which is asked a lot in this field, but at least in Flutter. I use provider. I like provider. Sometimes I actually use the provider all the time. I want to use the RiverPod because the creator of the provider and the RiverPod is the same. The person who created provider say that provider is incomplete, so he created whole new package again, the whole new state management package, which is Riverpod. So I still use the provider for state management. It's good enough to do almost all the things I need, or the Riverpod. Okay, now let's commit the code changes. Code cleanup. Okay, now let's work on the profile screen. As a beginner also, you can just go for providers. So easy and so simple than any other, state management package. Just go for provider. You can just search on YouTube about provider and you'll just get the tutorials on how to use that. Okay, so let's just use a list style for now and we'll customize it as we go. Let's have a leading widget. Let's say container. Child should have image widget with the URL argument, and we'll add the URL from the mock data. We have the profile picture. Now I'm gonna add tile color to red to see how much space it's taking up. Now we can actually remove content padding. I didn't set 0 and minimum vertical padding to 0, minimum leading width to 0, so we have full control over how we want it. Decoration, box decoration, border radius dot circular. Okay, instead of that, why not just use the shape? Yeah, box shape dot circle. And I think same thing will go for this border radius dot do we have the shape here? No, we don't have it, just because it's wrapped in a clip racked. So let's just use a 360.r and a circle. Now let's have a title widget. Text, name, and subtitle parameter will be email, example at gmail.com, and now we have the widget that we want. Remove that if we want. We can also remove those, or we can keep it like that. And let's customize the text styles. Font size, let's have a 14 SP. Let's have a 12 SP. Let's add more things. Font weight and color, of course. Now let's decrease and increase the weight. This looks good. Okay, so now let's take a look at the design or the sketch that we created in the morning. Again, delete account, log out, and theme settings and push notifications. So yeah, let's do this. Let's add a push notification settings, or maybe just switch to on and off the notifications. Yeah, let's just use list style again for this, and we'll just have title, and inside the title we'll have a text. Let's say notifications, push notifications, that's it. And we can just add trailing switch Okay, so we can use the Android switch, the material switch, or the Cupertino switch. Cupertino. Switch. Now let me create the boolean variable. This is temporary thing. Push notification to true. Yeah, it will be on by default, and you can just turn it off. Push notifications unchanged. Set state. Push notifications equals to value. So you can turn it off, turn it on, looks good. Now we need to customize the text. As well as let's copy these things and paste it up here. Style, text style, font size, 14 SP. Remove the constant, weight 500. Now let's just copy this and let's just click this up, create a custom widget. I'm gonna say it switch style. Yeah. T value and final. Okay, it's gonna be boolean. Yeah, that's for sure. Let's just say value and unchanged should be unchanged. And this will be function again. Okay, so let's just use a switch tile now. Switch tile label is going to be that push notification unchanged. Set state push notification equals to p0, which is the value. Now we can just say push notifications let's see if there are any errors. And now we don't have any errors. Let's restart. Let's go to the profile. Instead of this, let's just use label. Yeah. So now let's duplicate this. Let's call it dark theme, and let's have, of course, we're gonna use state management and all that kind of stuff, shared preferences and all that stuff to store the theme preferences. But for now, I'll just use it this just for static UI. By default it's off, dark theme, and we'll assign that dark theme into this dark theme. Now it's off. I can turn it off, turn it on. So if someone visits profile tab, we'll have these options. We'll have logout and delete account. That's all we have here. So now let's add that too. List style and again leading icon, feather icons dot logout dot color dot red, colors dot red, and we have the logout icon. Now we have an option to delete account. Yo. Let's complete this quickly. Title, logout, we have the logout button. Let's add on tap. What we can do is we can just cut this up, move to its own widget, danger item, or maybe we can just say danger list tile. No. Danger tile. Yeah, that sounds good. logout, we have it. Let's just say delete. We have it. Now, instead of that, we can actually use trash 2. Let's just have tap, and you can tap on these. Clear cache. Why do you want to clear cache from the app? It's good, you know, it helps to load things up faster, quicker. Profile tab. Okay, let's check again. Yep, we have everything we need. Profile tab, UI done. Commit, sync changes. Now if you want to try this app, I'm gonna put the link in the description. I'm gonna generate the build, you can install it, and you can just try it on your own Android devices. For iOS users, I'm sorry you cannot generate that because of the Apple's way of doing it. You know, you cannot install it on your iPhone until it's out there in the App Store. But for the Android users, they can actually test this app in their Android device and maybe give some feedback. If needed, we can give some kind of settings to clear their search history, maybe, and watch history. If they want to clear these things, they can clear that up. But we can add that options when we'll make it functional, or maybe now. Instead of the danger tile, let me just rename it and let me just call it icon tile. And let me pass the color parameter which is an optional. By default, color will be black, and we're gonna use that color here so that I can actually set the color red, and I can just duplicate this, and I can just say clear search history, and instead I can just simply say blue. Instead of logout, I'm just gonna say clear, or maybe let's just go and look at the icons. Let's find some really good icon then. How do we clear the history? Okay, for the history, maybe we can just use the clock. Yeah, the clock icon. clear search history. And clear watch history. Now for that, I don't know, watch, maybe we can just give one option to clear all history, search history, as well as, no, I think the two options are better than that, because okay, let's just remove the blue color. Even that looks good. Clear search history, clear watch history. Just need to know the difference, exact difference between them. Okay, this is optionally nullable. Let's just make it nullable so that you don't have to worry about this. It will blend in. Or I can just go there, yeah, but for example, if I am watching or listening to something and now it's there in my continue listening section and I don't want it there, then I can remove it from there itself. I think we don't need to put option. Okay, we can just remove it. Icon tile, let's rename the file name again, and let's have some default color or not. Yeah, color can't have null. Why? Because implicit method is null. What? Okay, editor issues. Clear search history. No, user can actually slide to remove it from continue listening instead of having a button in the profile tab, because we only need clear search history. That's all we need here. Also, we can put this option in the search itself instead of here. Let's just remove this. There will be an option to clear the search history as well in the search delegate. We can add a clear button in here, so if the user wants to clear the history, they can. Let's do that. But before that, let me just commit the changes. Profile tab done. I have a better option. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the yeah, we can just give the option there itself instead of having that option in other screen, which don't make any sense. We'll have that option in here as well. Wait, let me just add that UI as well. So it's just like, you know, let me explain you. We have top categories, we'll have that kind of section here above the feature, continue listening, and then we'll have clear all. So if user clicks clear all, it will be removed. If user don't, then they can definitely swipe like we have in downloads to clear it, you know. That will be more convenient and easy to understand for the users. And similarly, we'll have a clear search history option in here. So you can click there and can clear this all, or he can swipe to clear one of the search history. That's cool, you know, instead of having a button in other screen. Okay, let me just go to the downloads or okay, let me add the dismissible here as well. Key should be unique key, should be auto-generated on dismissed. Don't even need to do this right now. Once we'll implement the actual functionality, we'll write that function. So now you can actually wait, let me go back and restart the project. Go to search. Now you should be able to swipe. No? Okay, because we have the on-tap listeners, so that's not going to work in here directly, but we can do that inside the delegate. Yep. Inside the delegate, we can do that. Okay, so that's where we need dismissible. Okay, we don't need dismissible here because these are the search results. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, let's see. If I want, I can just remove it like that, or I can have a clear all button in here. Okay, let's add that. Empty widget, container column, search something cool, search history item. I don't need to wrap this thing up in the column, and inside okay, inside that we'll need to have a row with the text, search history, and clear all. We have that. Now we'll wrap this with expanded, and we'll have a main axis alignment, space between, cross axis alignment, center, we can definitely remove the padding, and let's add a shrink wrap to true, and physics never scrollable, should not be able to scroll, and then wrap it around single child scroll view with this padding. And we don't need the expanded widget anymore. Now let's add style, text style, gray, shade, remove the constant, I think that's good. All we need to do is just press clear all, and the search history will be cleared. That's it. So thank you so much for joining me in this journey of creating app in 7 days. We had third day today, and we have 4 days left. I will have to complete this app in the remaining 4 days. It's gonna be exciting because now we have the user interface ready. We'll be working on the functionalities. Let's get started. After the 7 days gets completed, I'm gonna make another video out of this whole 7 days challenge, like a summary video, that how we started, how it went, and all that thing. So yeah, let's see how this challenge goes. Thank you for joining me. I will be ending the stream soon today, but before we do that, I will share the builds with you guys. You can download the builds from the description. It will be only available for Android users. Let me stop the app, added clear search history and search delegate. Commit the changes, sync the changes. Let's generate the APK. Hey Nicholas, how are you doing? We are about to end the stream now, and we almost have completed the user interface. How much time will it take to create an app like a Twitter? Well, it depends. It still depends. It can be done in a month, but it still depends what kind of backend do you use. You know, like Firebase, AppWrite, your own backend with the Node.js, MongoDB, PHP, and MySQL. It depends on what kind of backend you use and how do you create that. Twitter, actually, I don't know what they're using, but it's running on Ruby. I believe they have open source the Twitter on the GitHub. So yeah, but it's not 100% code, but you can go and take a look at that. Okay, we have Android build. Guys, you want to test this? I'm gonna share the link in the description for you. You can install this build on your device from the link that I'll paste right now in the description. Just refresh the stream. And there we go. If you're watching the stream on your PC, then just pick up your phone, scan the QR code to install it. Or what you can do now is go and refresh the description. Okay, so let me go to my channel live streams and edit description. Today's progress. Android APK build. This link is only valid for 24 hours, so just go and download it now if you really want to see the build on your Android device, what we have built so far. Just go now, refresh, and you will have that. Now let me generate the let me just rerun the app so I can just show you how it looks like, you know, in my simulator. Let me close this app. Let's wait for it to install it. While we do that, let's build it for iOS. I'm not gonna be able to share it for the iOS because you will not be able to install it anyway on your iOS device, because you need to be in my Apple developer team to test it on your iPhone, or you have to just wait and let it be available on the App Store, and then you can install it. Of course, it's going to be there in the App Store. We'll publish the app in the live stream with you guys on the App Store and Play Store, and then we'll wait for it. Once I get the update, I'll post another update, or I'll just go live again that, hey, app is available now and you can download it. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll test and celebrate the launch together on the live. It's gonna be amazing. And if you want to build an app, you are looking for someone who can help you build the app, then I can help you with that. I am a freelancer as well as I run a software company in India. So if you want to know if I can help you, you can just go to our company's website and book a call with me. Free call, 30-minute call. We'll go through your requirements and we'll understand if we can help you or not. If you're a good fit, then I'll let you know. And we'll have another meeting. And from there, we'll go and get started on your project. But if we don't think that we are a good fit, then I'll just say we're not a good fit. And what you can do, we'll suggest. And that's it. So you can go and book a call with me if you are really interested in creating your own app or your own startup, which is based on app, or your business needs any kind of app or website. You can just go and book a call with me. It's a free call. It's a 30-minute call. I'll hear everything you need and I'll provide you the best solution possible. Okay, so let's generate the iOS build. So this is what we have. When you open the app, Explorer, downloads, and the profile. This is what it's gonna be looking like when you go install it on your device. Just tell me in the live comments, guys, if you have installed it. Then if you're not live but you're still watching this before 24 hours before the link is expired and you have the build on your phone, then just go into the comment section, post your feedback. I'd love to hear from you. This is a really minimal, basic, like very clean looking UI and very minimalistic with really only necessary features. We don't have any kind of unnecessary features or anything else yet, but we can add these things, more features and more stuff in future. We should always create MVP or the first product and just launch it on the stores to start marketing and getting users initially, and then you can keep updating it regularly every month with the new features instead of waiting for an year or 6 months to get it completed. Okay, so let me share the build with the iOS. Let me open the let's upload this. It's done. Copy link. Okay guys, if you have any questions you can ask me, and we'll end the stream today and we'll see you back tomorrow. Let's close everything. It's time to go home, guys. And okay, bye. Ending soon.